If the West decided today, the way they did in the Berlin Conference, to balkanize and recolonize Africa, it will not take years of brutal campaign as it once did. It will be faster and more surgical.
Kloski, analysis.
Anytime you see a video online of an altercation between a white person and a black person, and the black person comes out on top, there is always that one comment that pops up: we are not our ancestors. Now, I understand the sentiment behind that phrase. It's meant to project strength, to say we won't be pushed around anymore. But here is the truth. I do not like that phrase, and I will tell you why. Reason one, it insults our ancestors. Saying we are not our ancestors paints the picture that our ancestors were weak and they didn't fight for themselves. And nothing could be further from the truth. Our ancestors fought and fought and fought again. From the Zulu resistance to the British, to the Ashanti Wars, to the Mahdist uprising in Sudan, to Samori Toure in West Africa, to Ethiopia's stunning victory against the Italians at Adwa in 1896.
On the 1st of March 1896, the Italian army met its Ethiopian counterparts at the Battle of Adwa. This battle represented the first victory of the black people of Africa against European colonial powers. Adwa was a stunning victory for Ethiopia, but a disgrace and a disaster for Italy. Adwa aborted the Italians' long-standing ambition to control the Red Sea area.
The continent bled in the fight against colonialism. They weren't defeated because they were cowards. They were defeated by superior firepower, industrial militaries, and global alliances born out of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, which marked the formal partition of Africa. Back then, Africa was largely made up of smaller kingdoms and decentralized polities with limited centralized militaries. European powers brought machine guns, steamships, railways, and telegraphs, while African forces often had muskets, rifles, and traditional weapons. And yet, resistance was fierce. The Anglo-Zulu War, the Mahdist War, the Ashanti conflicts, the Ethiopian victory at Adwa, colonization did not happen overnight. Many territories took years of campaign to subdue. Reason 2, we are weaker today. Here is the part that stinks. That phrase doesn't just disrespect the past, it overestimates the present. We are not stronger than our ancestors. We are weaker. Today, African countries are nations on paper, with borders, armies, and flags, but most lack the military, economic, and technological capacity to defend themselves in a modern warfare. In the 1800s, it was rifle versus rifle, cannon versus spear. Today, it will be drones, fifth-generation fighter jets, nuclear submarines, satellite surveillance, cyber warfare, and precision-guided ammunitions against outdated air fleets, limited missile defense, and underfunded armies. If the West decided today, the way they did in the Berlin Conference, to balkanize and recolonize Africa, it will not take years of brutal campaign as it once did. It will be faster and more surgical. The only deterrence today is not because of our strength, but because of one, international laws, and the huge outcry that will come from the global media. 2, we already exist in a state of neo-colonialism anyways, bridled and bound by debt traps and mineral extraction agreements. Countries like India, Iran, Pakistan, and North Korea have built military deterrence, developed nuclear programs, or built self-reliant defense systems, and they are the ones who could say we are not our ancestors. Most African nations rely on external powers for arms, logistics, and even for peacekeeping. Our ancestors resisted under far worse conditions, with fewer tools, and often for longer than we can imagine. So next time you are tempted to write, we are not our ancestors, remember, they fought harder than most of us are prepared to do today.